You don't remember your first go live?
No, I don't. Do you? Like your very first one, you can like remember the moment. I know this didn't look like this. I
No
know
way.
that much.
No way.
But like, I couldn't tell you what I played. If I played a game, I don't know. Was
My-
I on for
my-
an
so-
hour, 4? Nothing.
So I played Dirt Rally.
Wow.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember if I played it the first stream ever, but I remember I played Dirt Rally and I played Overwatch. Those were the two games that I played.
I've never played Overwatch.
You've
Not
never
even for
played
6
Overwatch.
seconds.
You would hate it.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't see you liking it.
It's funny because I was hyped about the game when they announced it, but I never got any interest from any friends to like, get together a team or something like that. So I never got it. Just probably for the best.
Okay.
The hero shooters in general, I've started to hate.
The
Just
what?
Not a fan. Hero shooters.
Yeah, they're getting out of hand.
They just
right.
it's just too much. I like a good tactical shooter. Even Battlefield, they're still doing specialists, which I'm not going to say it's a hero shooter in a sense, but again, you certain abilities for certain characters, but they're not going to be game breaking like some stuff is.
Okay. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. I know. I think I'm ready. I got 5 things. Okay. So. Here we go.
Yeah.
Get it out.
Kick us off. Whoa, what was that? Yeah.
I don't know what that was. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of What the Wednesday. As myself, Qualizar, and my co-host, bro-host, on the other side of my screen.
Oh, that's me.
Or other side of the microphone, or whatever you would call it in a podcast. Other side of the room for a podcast, right? Dusty, how you doing today, man? How was your week? 2 weeks. How have your 2 weeks been since we took last week off?
Probably not as eventful as yours, but again, still, I seem like I'm forever waiting for the sunshine to just return full bore here in Florida.
Gosh,
the rain has been ridiculous.
It's crazy.
I don't know if it's the beginning of the plague or what's going on. Should I start building the big boat? I don't know. But a lot of video games, a lot of hanging out. Same old, same old. Nothing changes too much. Get out, grab some drinks now. World is starting to seem a bit more normal, where you're going out, not seeing as many masks and things like that. So it's been nice to just kind of go out and not have that in the back of your head anymore. But yeah, just enjoying myself. What about you?
The short tap on the COVID thing, man. It's getting a little weird though with the over the July 4th break or whatever it was. There was all this like big uptick in the numbers again, and I'm like, crap. I was come on, guys, let's not do this again. Let's get it under control. I'm enjoying being vaccinated.
Yeah, right.
Like
we're Americans, man. You give us a holiday, we're all gonna get together and drink. Like it's just a recipe for disaster, but also just a goddamn good time. So.
Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully that pans out. I don't want it to get too bad. But yes, traveled.
Fair enough.
Did my first trip to Delaware, by the way. I have never been to a beach in the north.
And you decided to do one in Delaware?
And we went to Delaware. Apparently I've been to Rhode Island. I've been to the beach in Rhode Island. I forgot.
I love the correction from the background.
Apparently I've been to a beach in Rhode Island. I can't remember, though. I can't remember. But we went to Delaware.
That's how memorable beaches are in the north, though.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I went in. I mean, literally, dude. I walked up like the waves. The surf was great. Like I was like, man, this would be killer surfing. Like this would be awesome. I mean, not huge, but they were like 3 to 5 feet 3 to 5 foot waves. I was like, this would be great for surfing. Went out there, put my 1 foot touch the water, and I was like, nope, I'm done. Water's like 55 degrees or something like that. I'm like, I'm out. Nope, no way is that happening.
Yeah, we get spoiled being down here with like some of the best beaches in the world, man. Like,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
The difference there and how that works and the whole thing with like with the water temperature difference. But I talked to my wife's cousin about it because he's a fisherman, like he does a lot of fishing and whatnot, and he says that like he won't do deep sea up north because you have to go like 30 miles out.
Yeah.
To get to deep sea because the Gulf
like
Gulf Stream or whatever it is, right? The current is so far out, and that's where the big fish are, right? Where the trophy fish are, right? You come down to Florida, and it's like 2 miles, where it's like 30 to 50 miles out up there, and he's like, the
sea edge just drops off down here much more quick than it does up there too.
Yeah, you do a 4-hour boat trip, and you spend literally like 3 hours trolling out to sea or something like that. He said it's terrible, but yeah, That's the
I highly recommend it though, guys. If you can in your life, you like to fish, deep sea fishing, try it at least one time. It's good times.
dude. I want to do night shark fishing so bad.
Let's do it. Let's stream it. Let's make it happen.
Night shark fishing will be a blast. Yeah. I've had some friends do it, and they say it's absolutely amazing. Bow and
arrow, I'm in.
Harpooning, gonna be a harpoon. I want a big, I want Jaws style, like the big harpoon.
They
gun.
do
That's
that
what
with
I want.
Gators down here in Florida. You go
what, harpoon them?
Bow fishing.
Bow fishing gators?
Like a compound bow. Yeah, it's got a string on it.
A gator.
Just rip that thing into the top of its head.
Yeah, but if you miss,
it's Florida. Come on now.
If you like shoot it in the foot, that thing's taking you down in the depths with it.
It's not a happy gator.
Anyway.
Right.
Tonight's topics, ladies and gentlemen, we have some amazing information coming from Elgato. Big announcement coming through there. We got some speculations on that. I guess the actual thing happens tomorrow, though. We got some new games on the rise. Hopper's doing some early testing. We want to get some feedback on that. Updates on the indie band, since we haven't talked about that yet. It had, within the 2 weeks.
You had to take that vacation then.
Yeah, I know. A little information on our follower counts and how far is too far with getting your content considered. When does it start to become lewd? That's going to be the way I'm going to word that. I mean, there's really no way to put that. Yeah. Where is the lewd line? There. Oh, that's great. I should have made that my that might be the YouTube title. Where's the lewd line?
I got you.
And I'll make it a bikini stream or something. I'll make it a bikini stream or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
put me in a bikini for the thumbnail. It'll work out well.
All right. Anyway, so Elgato's been teasing for about 2 weeks now.
Oh, yes.
2 weeks now.
Right.
Elgato has been teasing to a new product that's coming out. They've got this huge launch event planned for tomorrow. There's a premiere YouTube video. I know we're streaming this live, so those of you that are listening to this live currently, if you guys are interested in Elgato products, you need to go to YouTube, go to the Elgato page, and mark for a reminder to watch this premiere. I think when I went there already, there's already like 300 people that are waiting when I went on it earlier, so it could have just been a bunch of people clicking links or whatever and popping in for a second, but the chat is live. Lots of speculations going on. I have no idea. I mean, I have some ideas, but they are really doing a good job at hiding what this thing is. And it's going to be one of those things because I remember when the wave dropped. And they going back and watching the teasers after the wave dropped. I was like, how did we not know that that's what that was? It's like, how did we even think that that it was anything else? We had no idea. And then this product is coming out, and I know we're going to feel the exact same way. They posted there's a trailer currently on the premiere video.
New one? Okay.
On the YouTube channel, there's a trailer that's currently available, and it's just doing it's like an intro trailer or something like that. And I know there's a few clips or a few images of the actual product in there.
Images. Nice.
They're just, it's like curved beveled edges and things like that. I'm really pushing towards it being a live, an action camera. I really think it's going to be something like that.
I mean, I know which one I'm getting if that's the case.
I mean,
because I know I've been talking to you about we're getting some IRL gear, and I'm starting to plan like a full setup. And I've been back and forth between like the Sony A300, say people great, the Hero 9 Max. But if Elgato comes out with a brand spanking new one, I'm jumping on that in a heartbeat, man.
Jumping
I hope
on
it
it
is.
Yeah,
I hope that's what it is.
It should be, right? It should be because it's the one product. So there's two things that I think Elgato could be doing with this, right? I think there's two things that they could do. They could either have an action camera of some sort or an interface of some sort to compete with the Go XLR. Right, that's the one piece. Those are the only two things.
Yeah,
unless they're being super innovative here and they're doing something really outside the box. I mean, if you look at the Pelican case, they keep showing these like videos of this Pelican case. It says "Create Better," right? And it's got like 8 slots in the Pelican case. I don't think that's what the inside of the case is going to look like. I don't think it's going to be
that, like, is that just part of the advertising? You know,
I do.
Like, new thing coming. This is the case. Like, didn't bubbles come out of it?
Yeah. So I think it's going to be something
part of the marketing, you know?
Right?
But obviously, it's a device.
A lot of people are pinning. Yeah, a lot of people are pinning. Well, it's going to be 6 or 8 pieces inside of the.
Yeah.
Inside of it, like that's all you're going to have, and I'm like, I still don't even know if that's going to be true. Like, I can't see a multi-piece device being any good. Maybe
it's
maybe
multiple of whatever it is. I know they said different options. You know, there's going to be more than one thing released, which has always been their that's been their MO with everything so far.
That pushes me more towards that. Again, that pushes me more towards action camera, where you have like different quality levels. You have a 1080p version, you have a 4K version, you have
different internal hard drives, whatever it may be. There's lots of different ways to make that just a very different product one way or another. 4K, 1080p. But like, man, I'm just excited. I'm excited to see what it is. I think you're going to be very right too with whatever we find out it is tomorrow. We're going to go back. We're going to look at all these teasers. And it's going to be like, man, yeah, that's exactly what they were showing us. We just couldn't figure it out. But
if it's a camera, dude, I'm probably going to buy it on the spot.
The mic guy getting a camera
on the spot. Like,
which again, they're going to go quick. Like
I bought the Wave 3 on release day.
Yeah.
Like it was like mine.
I remember I looked at them afterwards and they were gone. Like
sold out like within hours or something. It was
yeah.
So I'm definitely thinking I'm going to push for it. I'll be very interested to see what happens in terms of the where was I going with that?
You'll get there.
Yeah, I know. I'll be very interested to see what happens. Yeah, the whole launch event and when the products go live. Like, is Best Buy going to put it on sale as soon as Elgato does? Is Amazon going to have it as soon as Elgato does? Right? These other kind of things. And in tandem, typically what's happened is in tandem with these launch events, you have, you know, your Harris Heller, your Gaming Careers, your Epos Vox, other channels. They're going to because they've already had the products for weeks. Yep, right, they've already got them.
Partner.
I've already seen several people with posting pictures of the Pelican cases. They can't show the product. They can't show the product. Dang. They can only show the case, right? Because Elgato's announced the case. So the case is real. Whatever is inside of it, I don't know yet.
Yeah, you're right.
But
I see that. Oh, man.
So it's out there, right? I mean, so people have it. People are testing it. People are creating content for it already. So we're gonna have to see what happens here, but. Apparently, people think that it's going to be something worth using already.
Right?
I mean,
I'm on the train. I'm buying it, whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
I'm in. Take my money.
You know, I was almost wondering if it's going to be a set of like
a full blown rig setup.
No, I was almost thinking if it's going to be another light product. Almost something like the like the Nanos or something. I mean, the case looks too small, but one thing I was speculating that it could be the way they have it designed. It could be puck lights, right? The one product that doesn't exist today, right, is an RGB puck light. Nobody has one. Not that I'm aware of. Like,
there's some cheap things you can buy on Amazon that have like little remote controls.
Right. I mean, they're the little, but I mean, there's no high quality. Like, my lights, right? You get this little remote with different colors and stuff on it, but there's no like high quality version of that, right? There's nothing. There's no market for that, and I've already thought about like use cases, like my microphone shelf that I have behind me in the video, right? If I had puck lights back there to like kind of highlight the microphones instead of. Instead of having to like have a ton of light on them.
Yeah, that's a real letdown if that's the big buildup, though. Like the fact with some of the hints, like there's one little capture somewhere like new device detected, like the whole hashtag create better. It's not going to be a light. It's some sort of capture device. I don't know if it's going to be a webcam just for your PC, something you can take with you, something that does both, which would be amazing. You just transition on the go,
portable.
But it's definitely something that's going to contribute a lot more to the content itself than I think the lighting.
What if it's a new encoder? Like,
that'd be awesome too, man. Camera and encoder, I'm in.
Like, well, I'm not even saying a camera. Like, what if it's just an encoder?
Well, like, yes, it could be separate devices.
like an IRL streaming encoder where like you can
live view.
and think about this. People who can't, not that can't afford or whatever, but people who don't have like RTX cards or any of that kind of stuff, right? People who don't have these big products that that need them, right? You have a laptop on the go, right? You're using your laptop mobily. You don't have this big hefty, RTX version laptop. You've got a Chromebook or whatever, right? Being able to stream from any device even, right? Having like an external encoder that you could hook up to anything, that would be pretty unique too.
Yeah, because there's not a lot on the market currently. And I know the ones that are out there, like the big live view stream encoder that people use for IRL stuff, it's like $1,000. Not that I'm assuming Elgato's is going to be much cheaper, if that is what it is. But it'd just be nice to see some more competition on the market.
Yeah, sure. I was going to say, it's something that as you build competition, prices go down, right?
And drive down.
We know the Go XLR is the price that it is because it's the only product of its type. Yeah. Right? So it's going to be one of those things like I don't know.
We'll just have to wait and see, right?
I know. I hate thinking like that though.
Tomorrow Eastern.
Does Elgato doesn't make any audio products either? What if it's
no.
What if it's something audio related?
Oh, I mean the mics obviously do.
Yeah. No, I mean like speakers or something.
Again, like I just don't see that being like Elgato's big thing is about helping your content creation. Speakers, that's not. What does that do for you? No streamer I know really uses speakers unless they're like in their room and they want the TTS to play out loud.
I was thinking more like headphones. Device. I was thinking more like headphones or something.
Okay. It's a good thought. I'm still going cam. Some type of camera. I don't know what happened to my accent there. Some type of camera. That's my money.
Good night.
So I'll say good night to Q's kid, guys. Wish him well. Wish him good dreams. But yeah, we'll just have to sit back. We'll obviously get to talk about it all next week. Maybe by the time we're doing this podcast next week, me or Q will have this device in our hands. I might have one in hand. Tested. I might. And we'll be able to talk a lot more about it.
I might. I'm going to do that. I mean, as long as it's something, if it's something I can remotely use, I'm going to buy it. Like even if it's like, I might use one of these. No. Yeah. It's already in the cart. It's in the cart. Like I wish I lived somewhere that I was in the future and I would buy it faster. Like, do you think it's going to launch at the question? Here's going to be my question. Do you think Elgato is going to have the product available on their store during the event? Or is it going to be like after the event finishes?
I would hope it's like, the keynote at the end, and you can find this product available on our website
right now.
This stream. Because I don't like when they do it in the beginning, because you miss out sometimes on like the reveal itself because you got your cart open trying to purchase all the stuff, and so I assume like every event they're gonna show a product and it's gonna be available for purchase. If not at the end of the stream, sometime over the next couple of days.
I'm gonna be hitting the refresh button like nonstop during, just like, come on, where is it? Yeah, that one web guy, whoever actually hits
whatever it is.
The one web guy is going to hit the publish button like 10 seconds too early, and he's going to get fired. Right? I mean,
yeah.
It's going to be a big event. It's going to be something super exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I want it to happen. It'll be here soon. It's 12 PDT. 12.
3 Eastern.
3 o'clock Eastern Standard. Yeah, I have a really busy day at work tomorrow too, so I'm going to be like trying really hard. So. Anyway, Elgato, guys, look forward to it. We're gonna see what happens. We'll see what comes out of it.
We'll update you next week for sure on that.
Yeah, like Dusty said, hopefully one of us will have one if it's something even worth it for us. Next on the list, new games on the rise. I just wanted to touch on, you've been recently in your Discord. By the way, guys, if you're not a part of Dusty's Discord, the link is down in the descriptions of all of our videos and of the podcast and everything like that. He does a lot of local streaming when he's not streaming. So go check him out on Discord. It's a fun time. He plays tons of other games that he doesn't necessarily get to play on stream. So
that's true.
There's my shameless plug for Dusty here.
Yeah, head over to Hopper Pond, guys. Cool place. And I have nothing to do with my time right now, so it is a lot of games. Yeah.
So, new
Yeah.
games on the rise. You've been playing the early release of Space Punks.
Space Punks. Yeah, it's a game I literally didn't hear about until a week ago when the good old Google feed on my phone decided to show me a trailer for it, and it looked pretty cool. It looks like a lot like there's a game coming to Game Pass at the end of this month called The Ascent, which is like a top-down action RPG. That one's like a cyberpunk setting. This one, again, top-down action RPG, shooter, melee combat, lots of loot, which we all love so very much. Has like Borderlandish vibes as far as the humor, the cel-shaded art, and it's been a lot of fun so far. Combat's been clean, not too many bugs to report, 4 characters to choose from, all different abilities and things like that. Massive skill trees, so there's a lot of different ways you can build your characters, and it's just another fun game. If you got a couple of buddies that you sit around and play some stuff with, definitely add it to the list, check it out. You can get keys. I think they're giving some giveaways through some Twitch streams, drops on their Discord, and some other venues as well, which they all have linked somewhere from their website. Otherwise, you can purchase the Founders Pack to get in on the early access as well, which is $30.
So,
Hopper recommended currently.
Action RPG, we're talking like, and I'm just explaining for those that
Like
are
a
listening,
Diablo
right?
style
Diablo-esque, right? Like for those that
Yeah.
are, okay, you're talking top down, so Diablo-esque. Is it confirmed that it's going to be roguelike, or are maps going to be the same every time pretty much?
It definitely has a roguelike aspect, even just from my short time playing, rerunning missions. The maps are never made the same way.
Okay, so it is
So it's
procedurally
definitely randomly generated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some procedurally generated at some point, right? However that works.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, those are always fun. So I will say, like I've recently,
They're just good times. Yeah.
old game. Speaking of procedurally generated maps, old game that I've been playing, Remnant, right? Remnant from Ashes, right? I just started playing it recently, and I love the fact that you start a campaign. And you run out and you're like, holy crap, I don't remember any of this. Because you'll get different bosses, you'll get different layouts, you'll get different designs, you'll get different mobs. I mean, pretty much different mobs. And then you can re-roll the you can restart the campaign and do it again, and it's totally different again. And I mean, there's a whole list of, I guess there's so many bosses you can get in each cycle or each act or whatever. But I was like, this is a really cool concept, right? I've really enjoyed. I rolled a second character. Me and Nathan have been playing it on Mondays.
Nice.
I rolled a second character just so I wouldn't progress the campaign. And then I was like, but it doesn't really matter because the campaign, like, it's totally different. I'm like, I'm so lost. Like, I was like, I have no idea where I'm going, what I'm doing, or anything like that. So I was like, whatever. We'll keep playing it. But I've started to enjoy that more. Right. I just need to find the roguelike game that I enjoy to play. On top of, with that aspect, because it does. It builds that ability to be repeatable.
Yeah, no, and replayability is a huge thing. Honestly, it's one of the reasons for me roguelike is probably top 3 game genres. You come out with a new one, I'm most likely going to try it if it's something at like remotely all piques my interests. Because it's Enter the Gungeon was one of the first ones that really brought me into the genre. Because that's a game like you can play it 1,000 times, and each run it's not going to be like the last. And to me, that's just it's so much fun. Sometimes it's a little annoying to the point where like you just had an amazing run and you get used to everything you were able to do, like your changed movement, your weapons and things like that, and you forget you don't have one of those abilities on your next one, and you're like falling off the map or doing something wrong. It's just a lot of it keeps you on your feet, keeps you on your toes, and it's just good fun, man. It's good fun if you like games.
Yeah. Anything else? So we know that Back for Blood is coming soon, right? That's next month.
Yeah.
September.
What month are we in? July?
We're in July. Or is it the end of this month? Is it the end of July that Back for Blood comes out?
I want to say, didn't they push it to the end of September? Back for Blood. October.
Oh, they pushed it to October. Oh,
12th.
Okay. Anyways, so
Right
October
around
for Back.
Battlefield, so.
Yeah, October for Back for Blood. That's gonna be after Battlefield.
Right around the same time.
Right around the same time. Okay, that'll be if it comes out after Battlefield. I think they're gonna have a hard launch.
Yeah, I mean, holiday times, man. In general, these days, it's like October, November, December seems to be all the big launches because they're trying to get the sales in. And
sure,
it is. It's tough. It's tough for games. It's tough for gamers too. Like there's 16 games coming out. You got to pick and choose a couple, and
Ah,
you still end up spending a majority of your time on one, and sometimes you miss out on some fun titles. But
yeah,
so don't
that's
necessarily buy them all right away. Maybe save your money and buy them next year when they're, half off, and play the game when you missed it.
now Back for Blood. Speaking on that, like it's not going to be procedurally generated, but we've talked about this in the past. The
Correct.
AI is going to be
Yes.
learning or something like that. Like every time you play a mission,
Hmm.
the AI reacts differently to your actions based on the previous encounters or something like that. There's some kind of
Yeah, there's a learning aspect, and then there's also the roles as far as like the card system that they introduced in Back for Blood,
oh,
which
that's right. That's right. I
makes
remember
their
that from the
roguelike
alpha.
aspect where you have your own cards which affect different, like, your revive times, different things, this and that, and the enemy, the bad guy, the boss, the room, whatever you want to call it, the level is rolling its own hand as
Yeah.
well to make each run through different than the last.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I mean, I definitely enjoyed the alpha test, right, that we were a part
Yeah,
of, and that was a
no, it
lot
was
of fun
definitely
to
a lot
play.
of fun. Yeah,
Obviously we couldn't get too far in it. You can play the first mission, but I think it's gonna
we did
be.
beat it though.
We did? Yes, yeah.
Oh yeah, in epic fashion.
But I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be an interesting thing. Do they have a launch price yet? I'm guessing it's gonna be like $50-$60, but
Yeah, I mean, a AAA title, it's going to be up there.
yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be on Game Pass, isn't it?
I don't know. Is it?
Cool. I don't know.
If
Don't
so,
quote
that'd
me
be
on that.
great.
I'm not going to say
I was gonna say
anything.
yeah, yeah, that'd be great. I'll get it. I'll get it day one.
Fair enough.
It's on Game
I'm
Pass.
trying to find a price right now. Let's see if I find anything. Yeah, AAA title price. 60. There's digital Lux, Ultimate Editions, things like that. That'll probably go to 70, 80, $90 as well.
Hoo-wee. Okay. Yeah, that I mean it should I mean I'm sure it's going to be a great game. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, that's one where they're trying to find ways that to rebuild replayability, right? I think that's going to
Yeah.
be a huge thing as games we've talked about it. We've talked about it in the past as games are starting to we've talked about like game burnout, right? Like these games that are either so
yeah.
long or they don't see an end, you get kind of burnt out on doing repetitive tasks throughout a game, but at the same time you don't want to make it too short that people feel like they got cheated and they there's not enough content for them to enjoy. It's a really hard market for
Yeah.
these for developers today because people are demanding so much out of a game.
Man. 100%. And the burn through rate that we have as gamers now, I feel like is exponentially higher than it was a couple years ago.
Sure.
Again, I know I've talked about this before, but we have people who, the percentage of people that are spending 60 hours on a brand new game in the first couple of weeks is so much higher, I feel, now than it was. And because of that, a majority of the population in the beginning, they're looking for new content. They're looking for new things within a couple weeks of a game launch. And it's like, no company's going to have new content for you within 2 weeks. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Like, they're still dealing with, sales and server issues and taking out bug fixes and all that kind of stuff. So the fact that we're burning through games so fast, you get games that have great launches and then they just fade so
Yeah.
quickly.
I think
And-
I think it's a big impact on like the concept of how developers operate today.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
and I think
Yeah,
it's
their
been
whole
a
marketing system.
I think it's been a big thing for like episodic content, right? Like they've started to see something similar to that. Like not that I'm seeing more games, but I think I've seen developers stick to episodic because they're like, hey, this is all you get for now. I'm not making any updates. I'm not giving you any DLC. I'm not, you'll
Yeah.
get the next episode in 3 months or whatever, right? Like be ready
Yeah.
for it. Because I think you're right. I think the expectations from the community are so much different than they were 3 years ago compared to now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We need to know if it's a live service or not. Like, if they're going to be adding to it. There's people who won't buy games now if they're not going to continue to give you more content. And like this, the co-op stuff, the roguelike aspects and all those things, the replayability. Because sure, multiplayer, it's easy. The replayability exists because you're playing against different people who are going to do different things each and every time you play it. But when you're playing against the AI, it's not so easy to do. But thankfully, roguelite and other things, with Back 4 Blood, this card system, the developers are definitely getting more more intuitive, more I get more. What are they reaching for? They're more. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm not going to find it. They're just finding
You
a lot
sound like
more
me.
ways to pique our interests.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I had
Yeah,
a specific word. And I just wasn't finding it.
to retain the attention, right? To keep people
Yeah,
on track
yeah.
with
Ingenuity. That's
focus.
what I was
Yeah,
looking for. Yeah, we have short attention spans. We're gamers. We want fun, we want new, we want big, we want bright, and we want it now, over and over and over again. We want it to always shine.
yep. That's exactly.
And
that's
thankfully,
exactly
a lot
right.
of places are delivering.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I mean, they've definitely found ways to overcome and make it work. So I'm trying to figure out. We need to roll. We need to roll forward, and I'm trying to figure
Roll.
out
rolling,
what the next. If we want to, yeah, let's jump in. Let's jump into these two. We'll start with
why not?
We'll start with Indie Fox. Indie Fox's ban. She's gone.
Rest in peace.
Straight gone, dude. Straight up gone. But she's already partnered somewhere else.
Oh, is she? I haven't looked into
she
that.
already has. So Indie Fox has been completely banned. Partnership is gone. Partnership is gone. Affiliate's gone. I believe her channel is still gone. Right? Like she got permanently banned. I don't know what did it. How it happened. I haven't been able to see the streamer fail. I haven't been able to not found out what she did. Besides, the only thing I could think of is that it went back into the ASMR. But I did have to, or I did start looking at her Twitter feed just to get some information, try to figure out what's going on. She has created she now has 2 Twitter feeds and 2 Instagram accounts. Again,
she's doubled up, huh?
So she has Indie Fox and not Indie Fox, and one is for her more spicy content.
Yeah. Classic YouTuber.
Right. So she has spicy content and not spicy content. And then she's streaming somewhere else. I don't even know the platform. It was totally
Is it a PG platform? Like what?
I don't even know. It's not a risk. No. It's not a risque. It's not a lewd site or anything like that, right? But she posted it on her Twitter. I'm gonna end up looking it up here because I can't remember what it was.
It was interesting that her demeanor was very different, after this ban compared to past ones where she was, laughing and joking and taking the weekend off, and like this one, it was just.
Oh yeah, it's
she's
gone.
Just sent like a smiley face or something like that a couple days later.
Yeah, it's I mean, it was pretty rough. So she's on Fansly is one.
Never heard of that.
She's on
Isn't that
Fansly.
I think that's something like an OnlyFans, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
and then she's on Eternal GG, whatever that is. Eternal GG. Eternal.gg. I don't like the .gg tag.
Own viral moments in streaming history. This looks like some sort of like NFT crap.
All my NFTs sold out in 30 minutes. What is? Yeah. I don't even know what an NFT is.
It's the non-fungible token thing.
What?
It's where you're like encrypting art, digital art, so it makes it one of a kind and stuff like that.
What?
It's the latest crypto stuff, man. Yeah. That's a conversation for another time. Yep. But it's all the rage. So it's like if you made a clip queue and you encrypt it as an NFT, so that clip you have personally. Sure, a lot of other people can clip it, they can link to it, but the clip you have is one of a kind. Yours. And you can sell that one of a kind clip for money.
So you literally
so then somebody can own that clip.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it is.
It's basically it's like selling art at that point.
Yeah, it's like a certificate of authenticity for that specific video.
Interesting.
Even
it's
if
like
1,000 people have it.
It's like DRM.
The one.
It's like DRM on.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
On content. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's only a matter of time.
Weird. I don't know, but yeah. So this Indie Fox ban. It was a good move. Honestly, it was a good move for Twitch, right? Like we've been talking about it. This is getting out of hand. It's going too far. What the heck? Come on, guys, fix it. But I turn around and see Amaranth is still doing the exact same thing. Like, where did that change?
Yeah,
what is Amaranth doing better? What is Amaranth doing any better?
I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know why we haven't seen a sweep of a lot of other bans. Because you're right. Like, we don't know specifically what it was for the last straw for Indie, but it doesn't seem to have changed the surface of what's been going on in any way, shape, or form. I've still seen ear licking. I've still seen all this stuff. I've still seen the tight booty shorts and yoga things, and it's like, what was it that she did wrong that obviously wasn't any of this, because none of these streamers are getting in trouble. They're still doing it. And it's just, is it just Twitch's attempt to, appease the masses? Like, oh, this is us trying to make an example, but now we're not going to follow through with anything else.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was kind of wondering about. I'm like, why only the one? Like, even if you went through and like did a suspension, right? Because I hate that Twitch calls it a ban, because you're not banned, you're just suspended for a couple of days, right? Like, so yeah, you have a perma ban, sure, but like, I wish they had an opportunity, or they should have given like suspensions to tons of accounts. Like, there's still tons of them out there that are doing this, and it still needs to be corrected. I mean, yes, Indie Fox, honestly, I think she had a slip. Something happened. It had to be something, but I feel like if it went that far, we would have heard about it. Right, like, or not we would have, but
live stream fails or something.
Something,
like that.
Right? Like the clip would have happened. Like when the Alinity clip happened, right? Like that was boom. It went everywhere, right? Because it was a moment, right?
What clip, dude?
Yeah, well,
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, so I haven't, but I've heard about it. So, but when that happened, fair. Like that went everywhere. Everybody was talking about it. It was, it was clipped and it was stored and people were sharing it on Reddit and all this other kind of stuff, right? That didn't happen here. So that's why I don't think the ban was necessarily related to that. I think it was just over aggressive. Maybe she said something, right? Like maybe she directly said something that was like, oh, Twitch can't stop me or something like that, right? Like, and it didn't have to be related to a streamed event. Maybe she had a conversation with Twitch and they were like, nope, we're done with you, right? Or whatever.
Right, yeah.
I don't know.
It's definitely it feels like another Dr. Disrespect moment where we're all going to keep asking why and we're just never going to find out. Which it's honestly, it's annoying. It's annoying really as a content creator, even more so than just a viewer or somebody on the platform, because it's like, all right, well, somebody got a really bad punishment, so I'm going to make sure I don't do what they did, but I'm never going to know what it is that they did to get the punishment. I just walk around on eggshells still.
That's a good point. I hadn't really thought about that from a banning perspective. Right? Yeah. As content creators, we have the policies and everything like that. But again, we've talked in the past that there's some gray area to those policies, right? Like just a little bit of gray area. The interpretation differences and how people respond to those, it works, right? So why doesn't Twitch give us a list of here's the ban, here's why, here was the suspension time, right? Like, why don't we get that from Twitch? Like, what? Like, why do we have to rely on the streamer bans account, which doesn't even give us a clip or anything? It just says channel banned, fifth ban, whatever. It doesn't tell you why. It just gives you because we don't even know when people are banned. You just try to go to their channel and all of a sudden it's missing. This is a moment in history or whatever it says, right? Like,
you better have a time machine if you want to find what you're looking for.
Yeah, I'm like, that's the worst thing ever. There should be at least something that says this channel is no longer active or something, right?
It's like getting arrested and not being told the charges. Like, oh, you were slapping the handcuffs on you. You did it again. Did what? You know what you did. Like, it's aggravating. It leads into the whole conversation about Twitch and their clarity with their transparency and everything, and just the gray areas of the rules. We just want to know, what can't we do? What are people doing to get in trouble? It shouldn't be a lot to ask. But again, it's if they tell us this is what it was for, now they have to make sure they do that throughout across the board. And I feel like for some reason it's just something they're not willing to do, which makes no sense.
Right. Again, yeah. Unless it's just so subjective that they don't care. Like they don't want to. Yeah. They don't have it. They don't have it written. Maybe here's going to be my thing. Maybe they've had personal vendettas or something. There's dirt somewhere. Yeah. Where somebody pissed off somebody, so they got banned. Somebody pissed off somebody from the Twitch staff, so they got banned because of it. Like, they go off and they try to find something super aggressive just to be like, oh, well, you did this, right? And I'm like, yeah, but everybody else is doing it too. Like, I don't know. There was the one guy in the hot tub stream that got banned. Granted, he was wearing a very, very, very tight piece of clothing, right? But he got, it was very revealing. By no means, No description required, right? But
well played, sir. Well played.
and it was just like one of those like, well, yeah, but it's the same thing as somebody wearing a thong, right? In the opposite aspect, right?
Yeah. That's why, again, I don't know. They need to tell us where the line is. So when we walk it, we can get as close as we want without going over, and there's no question. It should be simple. It should be easy. It's not a lot to ask for, but it still just seems to be like one of those things that we're never gonna get. We're never gonna get an answer. We're never gonna get an exact. This is it. It's just, just be careful. Just don't be dumb.
So I have to say, I found a tweet today too, and this is kind of following along with the indie ban, and the reason why I think the reason why Twitch needs to be careful with this. I saw somebody tweet today, and I should have pinned it or saved it or archived it or took a screenshot or something. But the tweet today was talking about how somebody was saying, I can't believe that sponsors would refuse to sponsor somebody because they have an OnlyFans account. And I'm like, why can't you believe that? Like, what is so hard to think that a sponsor doesn't, like a positive streamer, like apparently this is happening, right? And sponsors are becoming aware of all these OnlyFans accounts and all this stuff going on in the background and all this lewd content, right? And sponsors are becoming aware, and they're pulling clauses in the contracts to cancel out sponsorships or refuse to give, like partner agreements and things like that based on these existing accounts by these other individuals, right? And it was this big thing, and people were commenting on it, and they shouldn't care what you do on that site if you're not doing it while you stream and blah blah blah. And I'm like, but it's one click away. Like, people Google your name, what comes up?
No, and it's in any type of partnership like that. It's a brand image. You are agreeing to, in a sense, be an ambassador for a company, be a face for a company with all these things that you're signing. Like, Twitch partners, you get the check, you get a lot more promotion and assistance from them because, you're the face of Twitch now. And they don't want to say, hey, here's the face of Twitch. I'm just using it as an example.
Sure.
And then, hey, one click away, you can see the naked body of this face of Twitch. Like, some companies are family companies, and they're not looking to have that kind of content out there. Sure, there's plenty out there, that probably don't care, so it doesn't matter to them. It's definitely within a company's rights, though, to nullify contracts for stuff like that.
Sure.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah, me neither. And I was like, how do they not? How is this not understood that having, again, I've said in the past, you do you. If that's the type of content you want to create, that's fine, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to support you, right? But you do you, and you do your thing, and you enjoy that. But at the same time, don't get upset when you burn your bridge. Like that is, you're choosing to create that content. Nobody told you have to do this in order to be a content creator.
Yeah.
So you can't complain when another business says, no, I don't want to do business with you because of it, right? I mean, it's like taking two different paths. You're just taking the other path, and that's the way you want to go.
Yeah. In life, every decision we make affects things down the road. There are certain professions in life where, you got to definitely walk a much more straight and narrow existence if you want to be able to be successful in those things. And, sometimes there's lots of places that are going to frown on, hey, you have a background in porn. Like, that's just, and again, it's not shaming you in any way. It's just not the image they want to represent.
Sure.
So you make those decisions, you live with it, accept that, sure, I'm not going to say you're getting placed in a box, but there are just some things that you won't have access to, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
It's going to be like that no matter what you do in life.
Sure. I mean, it's like the guy who, historically, right, tons of tattoos. Right, you have all of your decisions to go get tattoos. You have all of your choices to do that. But if you want to be a businessman, like you want to go sell products in front of CEOs, that's probably not the best life decision unless you're going to be wearing long sleeve, sweaters all the time, or whatever, right? Like unless you're going to hide them all the time. And again, I know tattoos have come a long way in professional business and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But I'm just, that was a thing for a long time. This is the same kind of concept. You can't choose to do something that's not necessarily mainstream or the best for a brand and then assume that they're just going to accept you because you met a small amount of the criteria. They have plenty more people that they can go sponsor. It's not a requirement that they do that.
Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah, nobody, just because you're in some profession, it's not like you're entitled to have partnership opportunities with everybody else. It just doesn't work that way.
So with the whole indie ban, right? And you've made reference to there's other content creators that are still out there. And you mentioned a clip to me earlier today. How far is too far? Like we made the claim, the lewd line. Like where do you draw that? Because this is the weird thing. Like you made reference that there was physically a clip of two females making out in a hot tub, right? Mm-hmm. In a hot tub. Were they both in the hot tub?
They were next to a pool.
They were
standing next to a pool in their bathing suits.
Standing next to a pool. Okay, so how? I mean, because it's interesting. Like I can give Jamie a kiss, right? But at what point does, like, if me and Jamie want to make out on stream, at what point does that?
Yeah, right. What's the line?
Where's the line, right? Like at what point does that get weird?
Yeah, like a peck is a peck. You know, the moment you shove the tongue in there, is that too much? Like, I mean, because again, it wasn't like a full blown makeout type of thing. It was like a 10-second, getting in there French kiss moment. Which again, cool, awesome. People in a relationship. I don't care if you're guy, girl, guy. There should be a line that we can't cross again on this site with content that, I mean, sure, you see it in movies. I'm sure that movie's not going to be rated PG. It's just one of those things that where do we draw the line? Is it 10 seconds? Is it 15 seconds? Is it you can't do that at all? Is it pecs only? Like, it's just the clarity stuff. And the lewd line seems to be pushed all over the place with outfits and behavior and so many other things, and it's going to continue to do so. And I don't know.
Yeah,
it just bothers me.
It needs to come to a head, and again, it's going to get pushed out because again, like, then somebody's going to make out for 15 seconds. Then somebody's push it to 20. And then somebody's going to do a sub goal for a 30-second makeout session or whatever it is, right?
Yeah,
and
right.
That's where it turns into, like, where's the line, Twitch? Like, you need to come out and say something, right? Yeah. Either say, this is okay, or don't. But as soon as you say it's okay, you're gonna have a lot of people. Right, because I think their indecision lets people continue to say, like, oh well, Twitch is avoiding it. They don't like it, but they're just avoiding it because they don't want to make anybody mad. But as soon as they say, oh no, we don't care, then everybody's gonna be like, what the, you're allowing this on your site now, right? Whatever. So it's gonna be a completely either way, right? Either way, I think they'll have way less people mad, or more people will understand if they say it's bad than if they say it's good. Does that make sense?
True. Oh, yeah. I mean, especially, too, because, it's going to be one of those things where there's isolated incidents here and there. There's the certain people who like to push the line, this and that. But the moment you say something is okay, a lot more people are going to do it because they know they can get views from it. Well, views.
Sound like me.
And, yeah, then it becomes more rampant. And then, then they have to think about the consequences that if we say it's okay and then it's happening all the time, we can't then walk our words back, because then that paints an even worse picture for them.
That means we don't know what we're doing.
Right, where, it's definitely easier to just say something can't be done than it can be done and live with the consequences of what comes next.
Yeah, I would be very, very interested to see if Twitch were to watch that. Is there a way to, like, report a channel? Out of curiosity, I'm not saying I'm going after this. I don't know what the channel was. I don't know the clip, whatever it is. But is there a way to report a channel?
I mean, there's a report button.
There is?
Yeah, there's a report button on Twitch.
Oh, report the game hopper. Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah. Okay, there it is.
What did I do?
I'm not doing anything right now. But I'm curious, like, at what point, how many reports? Because you always see that in games. Like, if you report a cheater, how many does it take for Activision to actually look at it? How many reports does it actually take for Twitch to take concern about a certain? Do you get to attach a clip? Do you get to do whatever? Like, how does this actually work? How do reports actually fit into the system? Because if you go report a channel after seeing a clip like that, like, how do you make that work? Like, how does that? I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's something I feel like 2 years ago we didn't even have to think about.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. The scape of Twitch on a whole has gone a very interesting direction. Like again, with the mass of people streaming and consuming the content during the pandemic and everything like that. It's been great. It's been great for the platform as far as getting more people here. But it's also just been this weird ride of what can and can't we do. And it's just like you said, it's just gonna keep getting worse.
Yeah,
Keep getting worse until we get decisions and
I'm
where's the lewd line, where's this line, where's that line.
I'm gonna follow up on that. I'm gonna follow up on that next week about this, like where's that kind of concept. And I want to spend a week digging. I hate the fact that this is gonna happen, but I want to spend a week kind of digging into this and these ideas or these concepts and even I'm gonna email Twitch and I'm gonna I mean potentially they won't respond, but if they did, like, where is it, right? Because this is something that we need to get Twitch to address. Even if I can get an email response for them and read it back next week, something along the lines of like, how do we as content creators meet these standards when we don't know what the standard is?
Right. You'll get responses like, "Oh, just use your common sense."
Yeah, no.
I hate when those are the responses to the questions. Like the vague answers for your questions that are asking for specific details. It's like you might as well have just not emailed me back. Like, so again, I think that's what you'll get. You're not gonna get any exact stuff.
So for next week, we're gonna have to. We're running out of time this week. We're gonna have to table.
Yeah.
I do have a really, really good discussion about. I feel like I have a good discussion about follower counts and why, as content creators, we're using them wrong. And I think that's something that we've kind of addressed. We've addressed points of it, but I want to readdress and bring back some of the ideas and get some thoughts on that, because it's just been kind of something that's been tickling in my head recently. And it all started from watching bots, thebigfollows.com, and buying follows and things like that. And it kind of got my brain thinking about the value of followers on Twitch and the platform and stuff like that. So something that we're going to do for next week. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, again, this is recorded live. We'd love for you guys to come and hang out with us while we're doing this live. If you guys are listening to it after the fact or watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. Check us out, Spotify. I should find a way to get us on iHeartRadio eventually, I guess, but Google Podcasts, iTunes, all those other places that podcasts do exist, except for iHeartRadio currently, which I need to do some research on that. Yeah, I need to do some research on that. But thank you so much for watching this week or listening, and we appreciate you all so much. We will be back next week with some good topics as well. Dusty, do you have anything else for us tonight?
I mean, again, just big praise for all our supporters out there, followers, subscribers, lurkers, viewers, listeners, Patreon, everybody. We love you all. Till next time. Thanks for listening.
Thank you all. Have a good one.